I want to have y over square root x equals to m square root x plus c. You see, they force it. Because they force it to be this and this, right? So you just see how you can get your this into this format. So you start with y equals to ax plus b square root x, right? So I think you just divide by a square root x on both sides, right? Then what you get? Then you immediately get the left hand side already. Can you see? You immediately get the left hand side already, right? And then the right hand side you just
a over x.
hold on, x over square root x, then plus b, right? Okay, right?
What about a? Won't you also need to divide that by?
Done. That's it. That's it.
Won't you need to divide the a also with square root?
This one, right?
Yeah.
Did I not? Did I not do this?
Because it's connected.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then over here. And then probably you might want to simplify this. This is 1, right? Right? So you remember the indices law, right? Then this is half, right? Right?
Yeah.
So it's x half, right? Right?
You haven't do that.
Yep.
Oh.
Right? You use indices law, then you get half, right? Okay? Because 1 minus half is half, right? Then you just get it back into that format. X half is square root x, right? Done. So this is your big Y. This is your big X. So in a way, right, your gradient will be your A. Your y-intercept will be your B. So you need to start plotting this. Okay?
Plotting
You
this.
start plotting using a graph paper. Did you bring a graph paper?
No.
No. Okay, never mind. So we can still do it if you.
Actually, isn't there a graph paper behind? Yeah, there is a graph paper behind.
Good. Okay. But anyway, never mind about it. So we just quickly. They give you in x and y, but you don't need x and you need x and y, but you need more than x and y. So let me just get that. Let me just get this. So it's this a b. Okay. A square root x b. So basically I need to get the, so you are given x and y, right? So actually but you need y over this. So basically you just do the y over square root x, then square root x.
Isn't y over square x the big Y? So the Y.
Yeah, the big Y.
When
Yeah.
they say y equals to.
So you need to reconstruct another table. This table will be the table of big Y and big X instead. So this is the small x and small y. Okay, so the first one will be, the big Y will be what value? Will be 2.6
And what?
divided by square root 1, right? So it will be 2.6, right? Right? Okay, then this will be 1 because square root 1, right? Okay, so it actually square root x is 2, square root 9 is 3, then it's 4. So can you help me out with the rest of the so this one, what do you get for big Y? It should be 9.2 divided by square root 4.
4.6.
Okay. Next, it should be 19.8 divided by square root 9.
6.6.
Then continue.
Okay, then it's 34 divided by square root 6. Oh, it's 8.6.
Huh? 8 point?
6.
Okay, good. Then what you need to do is you just sketch this out. No, draw. Sorry. The difference between sketch and draw means you need to be accurate. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 is 2.6. then 4.6, then 6.6, 8.6, you just link it up. Then this is your y-intercept, then you just get the gradient. The gradient will be your A. Then the y-intercept will be this. Okay? Which is your B. Understand? So the concept here, right, is you'll be given a table of values of small x and small y. Okay? And then with this you have to get another table, okay, values of big Y and big X. And your big Y and big X, right, it depends on the equation. Yeah, of course, depends on the x and small Y. But what is your big Y, what's your big X, it really depends on how you transform the given equation.
Okay.
Right? Okay, so yeah, so this is the idea. Okay, so we kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Trigonometry, then this linear law. Okay, so probably we can take a look at one trigonometry question which involves identities. No trigonometry.
That's weird.
No trigonometry. This is just one paper only. This is just one paper only.
Let me see.
Yeah, this is just one paper.
I don't know if they taught us with identities.
No, that is part of trigonometry.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
if
They have to no, this is not the entire paper, this is just like part of it.
Because the teacher never teach us yet.
Yep, no problem. But
Anyway,
just pick one from here. Victoria School, yeah. Which involves identities. Then you know what to expect. This one. This one. 3B. Proof. Over here. Can you see this? They ask you to prove left is equal to right. Can you see? Okay, 1 plus cosine 2 theta, then sine 2 theta equals to cotangent theta. Okay, so of course if you see cotangent 2 theta, I think you can make use of that cotangent 2 theta, that formula. Yeah, but you have 3 of them, right? So which one you want to pick?
You mean this one? The top 3.
This top 3 plus. Okay, the top 3, if you observe, right, the top 3 is only A. I mean only A. Where is cosine 2 theta? Meaning like cosine 2A. So which one has cosine 2A? Yeah. So next time when you see 2A, right, then probably you should look at this. Or the sine 2A. So in fact these two the sine 2A and the cosine 2A, right, is for when you see questions that have 2 theta, 2x, 2a. Okay? Then for you don't see 2a, 2x, okay? Then you just use the rest. Without the 2. Okay? So actually if you look, right, this 3, right? This 3 in the middle, this 3 is for opening the brackets. Okay? Then this 3, the below one is for 2a. Then this one is for just 1a. Can you see that?
Yeah.
They serve different purposes. Okay? So that's how you can tell which one I should use.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay? So in this case you can see cosine 2 theta, then you should look at the last 3. So cosine 2 theta, you see the funny thing is cosine 2 theta you have three of them for you to pick from. So sometimes it's hard to know which one to pick. Right? But never mind. So let me just pick the first one.
Okay.
I also don't know. I mean, I have to try. So the first one is what? 2 what?
So cosine 2 theta
Is equal to?
Okay, there's a lot of variation.
Yeah, I want to pick the first one.
Oh.
Yeah, to.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
so cosine 2 theta equals to 2 cosine square theta minus 1.
Minus 1, right? Okay, good. Done. So the numerator is equal to this.
1 plus. Oh, this
Okay? Because I convert the cosine 2 theta into this. Okay? Then sine 2 theta. And then sine 2 theta only you have one option.
Sine 2 sine theta cosine theta.
Okay? Okay, so I hope you see what? You see 1 here, minus 1 here, and then what?
Cos.
They cancel each other, right? Oh, very good. So I can actually cancel the cosine theta.
Or cancel the 2 also.
Very good. So I have, this is 1 over tangent, right? So 1 over tangent is
you
cotangent.
already proved it.
Yeah, so left hand side equals to right hand side. Done.
Okay, that was short.
Proven. Yeah.
Okay, let me write that down.
Okay. No, you don't have to write it down. I'm just showing you, let me just give you some flavor like how you can make use of the identities to prove. Okay? Okay? Sometimes it's harder to prove, sometimes it's easy to prove. Okay? Alright?
So the tangent,
Mm-hmm.
so tangent is actually, you see, is direct from what?
Or if you still want to break the tangent down, right, it's actually sine over cosine.
Sine theta.
If you want to break it down further.
Oh,
Yeah.
then okay, it's like.
Okay? Right? Maybe we try one more for identities. And
Is it 1 over tangent theta? Or is 1 over tangent?
if you give me cotangent theta, it will be 1 over tangent theta. If you give me cotangent x, I will be 1 over tangent x.
Okay.
Okay?
I need to go home make notes.
Yeah, please. Yeah, you need to. Okay? Okay, good. So can you show me the that one page that you say, hey, your school one, you don't understand?
You mean from this?
No, not this. 10.2 or something. You remember that? 10.1a or something, that one? Last week?
Okay.
Yeah.
Isn't it the...
My approach is use Tokaso to get the magnitude and then use the quadrant to get the sine. But your school approach is slightly different. I'm going to talk about your school
Sorry.
approach. Can you just do a screenshot and then just
airdrop?
airdrop to me? Thanks. Then after that, I will leave it to you, like which one you prefer. Okay, so you understand my approach, right? My approach is, I will get the magnitude, and then I will decide the sine based on the quadrant. Okay. For your school one, let's pick the. Okay, read the question. What was the range first? The question says 0 to 360, and then you give 5 sine theta equals to 2. So sine theta is equal to 2 over 5, right? Okay, good. So for this question, do you think you can use without calculator or calculator?
Calculator.
With calculator? Okay. So did they ask you to use calculator? No. They never force you to. I mean, it's up to you.
Yeah.
Whether you want to use calculator or not calculator.
So
Then you use
calculate.
either way. Okay? Use either way. But my preference is, but you see that's the problem, you know. Okay? Oh wait. In this case they ask you to find theta. So find theta is you must use a calculator. But the question I give you just now is, okay, wait. Now I start to realize what? Right, all questions here, you have to use the calculator. Because you are asked to find theta.
Yeah.
The question that we talked about just now, without using the calculator, they don't want to find theta.
You want to find.
They find the value of something theta. Then how come you still don't understand this?
Oh, I don't understand like the, you know, they draw like the 4 quadrant.
Ah,
Then
yes.
after that they don't know what, find the angle. Yeah, that one I don't understand that. That's part I don't understand.
You don't have to follow this. You just follow that. Let's say okay. Let's just quickly talk through this. This is sine positive, right? Sine positive is what?
First and second.
A and S, right?
Yes.
Right. So basically, you just write down A. What's the formula? Theta equal to alpha.
Yeah.
Sine is
180
theta is equal to 180 minus alpha. Then you use your calculator. Sine
Then you see
negative 2 over 5.
it's negative.
Sine inverse.
Oh,
Sine inverse. So you get an answer, right?
Yeah.
Then
see whether
see
it's in the
say which one
0 to
right? I mean, what was the answer? Let's quickly go through this. Just one more time.
Actually, I was practicing yesterday.
Yeah, I know. That's why you commented.
Yeah,
Yeah. 23.6
6.
degree. Okay. So you are not supposed to round off until the last step. But for our convenience, I just take 24 lah.
Actually, it's in the all quadrant.
So it's in the all quadrant. So
So
you
it's
basically theta equals to alpha equals to 24, right? Then of course, then you know that alpha is 24. So therefore, the theta 2 is actually 180 minus 24, and then of course you get 156, right? So these two are the answers. But like I say, they give you the range 0 to 360, right?
Yeah, it's
So you need to test plus 360 minus 360 plus 360 minus 360. Of course you will say, hey, they are out of range, but you have not tested. Right? And I talk about it. You need to have the habit of testing it every single time. Okay? If you don't have this habit of testing them, and then you straight away say, hey, no lah, they are just out of range, I think sometimes you will get into problem of missing out one of them.
But I mean, only in like 24 is within the 0 and 360, and then 156 also within the range.
Yeah. So basically, you just pick this. These two are the answers. I ask you to check whether you plus 365 is still within the range. You minus 360 whether it's still within the range. So basically your answer is 24 and 156. And I ask you to plus 360. See if this plus 360 you still get the answer. I mean still within the range or not.
It's not.
It's not. So I ask you to plus 360, see if this is still within the range or not. It's not. But it's not, and you haven't checked. It's not a good practice. So besides plus 360 is also another good practice to minus 360. Right? I talked about it, right? So that means always check. If you check already they are not in the range, okay, fine. So these two are the answers. Only. Right? If you never check and you just tell me these two are the answers, it's very likely that you will miss one of them next time. Alright? So always check. Not only you need to check plus 360, you also need to check minus 360. Because plus 360 minus 360, they refer to the same position. Right? Right? Okay, good. So, yep. So I don't think yep. That's I think that's all for this your this trigonometry.
But I still don't understand why they like had to like draw about the 4 quadrant and then why they put the 2 lines there. Like you know, if you see in my working.
Over here?
Yeah.
You
like,
mean let's okay, let's D uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
So why they draw like the curve there, like the line, then find the curve.
So first thing first, the okay, I look at your this approach, right? I don't see you make use of the formula at all.
Yeah, they don't use a formula.
Maybe okay, in fact, right? Maybe without maybe you are supposed to without the formula. Actually, maybe they use the formula, but they use the formula without telling you they are using the formula.
Yeah.
Yes. 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 They use the formula without telling you they are using the formula. You look at this. So let me just pick. Maybe I just pick this. Let's say I pick this one. Can you not see your your basic angle is 45? Then after that you use 180 minus 45. Isn't it the formula?
Yeah.
Yeah. The other one, E. So cosine negative. So cosine negative is the sine and the tangent region, right? And then is 180 minus, right? Then is 180 plus, right? Can you not see you use minus and plus?
Yeah, but they use like they use the graph that.
Yes.
Yeah. That's what I know.
Yes, they use the graph. So in a way, right? Like I say, they use the formula without telling you they are using the formula. Okay? But it's good to use the formula.
I understand the formula.
No, you don't understand the formula. You just make use of the formula.
Yeah.
And apply it. Yeah. So in a way, I think it's good to use the formula. Okay. Actually, this okay. Yeah, I also go through this with you last time. I remember.
Yeah.
Okay. So yes. So done. So probably we still have time for one linear question. Okay, let's look at the linear question here. Linear law question. You show me this.
I show you a linear law question.
You show me many.
Really?
The entire chapter. I ask you, do you know what this is? Then you just send me all this without telling me whether you know or not.
Alright.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually that day I was at my friend's house. Was it that day? Actually yesterday I was at my friend's house the whole evening.
Doing what?
I was doing stuff like
Okay.
just playing Monopoly.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
So what do you do? What do you understand from Monopoly?
I understand that nothing. Yes.
Oh, okay. Mindlessly playing. Okay.
What do you mean blindly playing?
Blindly playing is just like, okay, other people play, I also play, and then what is the like, you know, whenever you do something, right, there is a lesson learned, but of course you don't think so deeply about it, of course then there is no lesson learned, right? I mean, you don't, okay, sorry maybe I'm old, that's why I try to philosophize almost everything, but for you maybe just okay. Yeah. Nothing.
You know, when I was playing what Monopoly.
Yeah, Monopoly.
They call me Mafia because I got so much money. I guess I learned that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're trying to tell me, you are good with the what, investment and stuff,
Yeah.
and all, financial literacy and stuff.
Yep.
Okay.
But I'm not in POA. So.
No, POA is just one part of the financial literacy, development path, just part of it. Okay. By the way, don't don't overestimate just one factor, or don't overestimate just one topic in life or one event. If you look at life as a curve, right? One point cannot tell you anything about the trajectory of the curve. Since we are talking about curve, right? This is a curve, right? Right? But I just tell you a point on the curve. What does this one point tell you?
There's a
Nothing. So the same thing, just one event that happened in your life, it tells you nothing about the trajectory of your life, right? So in a way, right, trajectory means like, okay, so at least you need to have, in fact, to know the trajectory or to know the gradient, you need at least 2 points to know the gradient, right? But that only tells you the gradient. So probably you need to give me a few more points to have a better understanding of something. So POA is just 1 point. That tells you nothing.
Actually, I don't know what to do in
POA, they you in POA you learn about some accounting practices. How numbers are recorded in businesses. Yeah. Okay, good. So let's talk about this. So remember, an event or a particular subject or anything, it's just a point. Well, it's just a point. It tells you nothing. A point really tells you nothing. Okay? So same thing. Don't try to give a lot of importance to just one event. So just like you get B3 this time for your WA3, right? It tells nothing about yourself. It's just that, okay, probably this time you have not done very well. But that's just one event, right? Okay, over here. So I think once again the question is very clear cut. They want you to give, this is your big Y, and then this is your big X. Oh, so in this case the big X happen to be just X. Okay, and then they give you this is 0 and 2.
Actually, then if you like this, right, then isolate just normal y equals mx plus c.
Okay, so in a way, big Y, m big X plus c. I think over here is ln y, and then the gradient don't know, you need to find, and then the big X is, in this case, is your small x. I think you know your c because this is the y-intercept, which is 2. Okay, so that's what you can come up with given the information so far, right? Okay, so this is the approach I used to find y-intercept without putting in the x, without putting in the y, which you love using, right? Okay, so it's good to know both. Then they say what? They say the equation given is this: y equals to pqx. So how do you get it into this format? So I think it's pretty clear cut, right? Ln, right? So this is given. This is your objective. Okay? So it means somehow you need to get the given equation into your objective. Okay? The goal. So I think it's pretty clear cut. You ln, right? Ln both sides. Okay, sorry, I ln both sides. Oh, so you need to know logarithm. So when you ln both sides, I think you can bring down the x, right? Power, bring down, right? Right? When you p times q, right, is product rule, right? Then after that you open the bracket.
X ln q. Oh, then actually x is
Does it make sense?
Okay.
Let me double check. I make a huge mistake here. You know what mistake I make?
Is it the X, the power?
You know why I realized I make a mistake?
What?
So you see, you make mistake, I make mistake. You make mistake, you don't know you have made mistake. I make mistake, I know I have made mistake. So that's the difference. So even making mistake is also, there is two levels of making mistake. We are both wrong, but if you know that you are wrong, then you get to correct it. So this is wrong. Let me do it somewhere else. Okay, so y equals to pqx. So when you learn this is the mistake I make.
Oh yeah. You see, I also saw that, but then I didn't know what like.
Yeah. So you need to do this. So this is product rule. So it's ln p plus ln qx, and then the x only come to the front of this. Okay. Then after that, alright. I don't want to erase this, so you get to compare. The x actually apply to the q only, not the entire thing. Okay, so therefore I think you can just tidy up this a little bit, then you get to the ln y mx plus 2. So in this case, I think you can clearly see that ln y is ln y, and then ln q, yes, ln q is your m, then your ln p is your 2. Does it make sense? So in a way, m is my ln q, then ln p is my 2. So I think you get p, right? It's e to the power 2. Then for this m is, so q is equal to e to the power m, right? So of course you need to find m. How to find the m?
Yeah.
Oh, they give you the gradient.
Oh, so
Negative 1.5. So q equals to, done. Okay, so p and q, done. One decimal place. So find the equation related x and y given the equation in the form is this. So you need to once again just continue getting this into that format.
again.
Yes. Part 2. Ln.
Yeah. So ln y equals.
This thing can go down.
Plus b.
Done already.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So find the equation related x and y. This is the equation. Yeah.
So done.
Find the equation relating x and y given the equation in the form 这个 done 咯 this one 咯 yes yep done because your this they fix this is to be ln y and ln x, so you just sub in you sub in the value.
But it's the same.
So the x is, so the big X is 0, the big Y is 2, just sub in. The big X is 0, right?
So it's b.
A0 plus B is equal to, the big Y is 2, right? So this is 0, so B equals to 2, yeah, yes. Okay? Yep, then you just, yep, done. Okay, so I think with 2 lessons, last week plus today, I think we have covered the trigonometry, the entire trigonometry chapter plus this linear law. So of course the next step is to go home and practice and practice and practice. Okay, so that's how you get to nail these 2 chapters. Without practicing you can't. So you look at your this is it holiday homework?
Yeah.
Your holiday homework no questions on trigonometry and just 1 question on this linear law, which I have talked about. So a lot of questions on the previous chapters we have talked about. So in a way, right, you should be able to do the rest. Why? Because this is circle, equation of circle. Yeah, equation of circle. This one is coordinate geometry. Okay, then this one is the sub in the value, and this one is let u be e to the power x.
Yeah.
This one is also logarithm, but let u equals to log 4x most likely. Then this is binomial expansion. Yeah, binomial expansion. Partial fraction.
Oh, partial fraction. Oh my god. Oh. I
Then
forgot about that. Oh no.
then this one is the polynomial, the remainder theorem, and then the factor theorem.
Oh.
Yeah.
That.
Yeah. Yes. So that's it. That's
Oh
it.
my god.
Okay, so I cannot emphasize this question enough. If you are given ax squared plus bx plus c, right, and you are asked to find the range of m, right, you need to use the discriminant. Okay, so when you use discriminant, when you don't use discriminant, because it matters. They say y equals to what? Like?
Y equals to 4x squared plus 2mx plus 1.
Is what? Always positive, right?
Yeah, 1.
Always
Positive.
positive. Okay, so why you need to use discriminant? Because given in ax squared plus bx plus c format, find range of m. So you use discriminant.
They just ask you find minimum integer value of m.
Yeah lah, you find the range, then you pick the lowest.
Okay.
Understand? When you don't need to use discriminant is when 4x squared plus 2x plus 1 is always positive. Find the range of x. Given x, find the range of x.
Yeah.
No need to use discriminant. So what you need to do is just 4x squared plus 2x plus 1. Always positive means just solve this inequality. Just solve this inequality. Because given x, find range of x. This one is given in x, find range of m. You understand when you use discriminant and when you don't use? Because if you don't see these two questions as two different questions, you might want to use discriminant here and you are wrong. You think, oh, always positive, oh, no roots, oh, okay, no roots. Then b squared minus 4ac. No root means what? Smaller than 0, right? Wrong. You look at this and this.
You can't take the x because the x is the how to say, you only take the number, the integer, the coefficient of x.
Never mind about it. When you use discriminant, when you don't use discriminant. When?
It's when the coefficient you're asking to find the unknown, which is not x.
Yeah. Something else. Given in x, find something else, discriminant. Given x, find x, no need. Or sometimes it can be like this. Given in m, find m. Discriminant, no discriminant.
It's the same concept, it's just different.
Yeah. So you want to use discriminant or no? Not. Don't use discriminant. Don't use. Yes. So given m, find m, no need. Or find the range of m value. Make sense? Okay, good. So instead of doing your this, okay, of course you need to finish your homework, but I will give you trigonometry and linear law. Okay, I probably will give you like 3 trigonometry, then 2, 5, total of 5, and then of course you try to finish all of this. Okay, it shouldn't be too hard. And by the way, you really need to practice. If not, you can't score. Okay. By the way, did your class perform very well this time round for